The streets of Rome were alive with activity, a bustling tapestry of merchants, citizens, and senators. Yet beneath the veneer of normalcy, a current of unease rippled through the city. A conspiracy was brewing, one that would stain the Senate floor with the blood of a dictator. This was not a tale of back-alley dealings and shadowy figures. This was a plot hatched in broad daylight by men who believed they were saving the Roman Republic. At the heart of this conspiracy lay Julius Caesar, a man whose ambition and accomplishments had propelled him to the pinnacle of Roman power. Caesar's rise had been as meteoric as it was controversial. A brilliant general, a cunning politician, and a ruthless conqueror, he had vanquished his enemies both on the battlefield and in the political arena. His victories had brought Rome vast wealth and expanded its borders to unprecedented lengths. Yet his growing power and ambition had also sown the seeds of fear and resentment among the Roman elite. Born into a patrician family, Caesar's path to power was not preordained. He navigated the treacherous waters of Roman politics with a deft hand, building alliances, crushing rivals, and captivating the hearts and minds of the Roman people. His military campaigns in Gaul were legendary, tales of his strategic brilliance echoing throughout the Republic. Caesar's victories, however, came at a cost. The Senate, a body traditionally wary of any individual amassing too much power, viewed Caesar's growing influence with suspicion. Whispers of tyranny and dictatorship followed him like shadows. Among the senators, there was a growing belief that Caesar's ambition posed a threat to the very foundations of the Republic. They feared that he sought to crown himself king, shattering the delicate balance of power that had defined Rome for centuries. The whispers of discontent found fertile ground in the minds of men like Gaius Cassius Longinus, a shrewd and ambitious senator who had once fought against Caesar. Cassius, driven by a potent mixture of envy and ideological conviction, believed that Caesar's rule would spell the end of the Republic. He saw in Caesar's ambition a reflection of the tyrants who had plagued Rome's past, men who had subverted the Republic's institutions and trampled upon the rights of its citizens. To further his cause, Cassius sought out Marcus Junius Brutus, a young senator of impeccable lineage and unwavering moral principles. Brutus, torn between his personal loyalty to Caesar, who had pardoned him after a previous rebellion, and his unwavering belief in the ideals of the Republic, became the linchpin of the conspiracy. His involvement lent an air of legitimacy to the plot, transforming it from a self-serving power grab into a noble act of tyrannicide. As the conspiracy gained momentum, a sense of foreboding descended upon Rome. The Sibylline books, ancient Roman prophecies consulted in times of crisis, were said to have foretold of impending doom. Soothsayers and oracles warned of a dire threat to Caesar's life, their pronouncements echoing through the city's streets and marketplaces. Caesar, however, remained undeterred. He dismissed the warnings as the ramblings of superstitious fools, his confidence in his own invincibility unshaken. He continued to appear in public without a bodyguard, his trust in the Roman people absolute. This, the conspirators knew, would be their opportunity. The Ides of March, March 15th, 44 BCE, dawned like any other day in Rome. Unaware of the storm that was about to break, Caesar made his way to the theatre of Pompey, where the Senate was scheduled to convene. Among the throng of senators, their togas concealing daggers beneath, walked Brutus and Cassius, their faces betraying nothing of the turmoil that raged within. As Caesar took his seat, the conspirators closed in. Tilius Cimber, approaching Caesar under the pretense of pleading for his exiled brother's return, grabbed Caesar's toga and pulled it down, a signal for the attack to commence. Casca, drawing his dagger, struck the first blow, his blade finding its mark in Caesar's neck. Startled but defiant, Caesar cried out in pain and attempted to defend himself, but he was quickly overwhelmed by the sheer number of his attackers. Surrounded by a sea of blades, Caesar fought back with the ferocity of a cornered lion. But it was a futile struggle. Stabbed repeatedly, his body riddled with wounds, Caesar collapsed at the foot of Pompey's statue, his white toga stained crimson with his lifeblood. In that moment of violence and chaos, the Roman Republic was forever changed. The assassination of Julius Caesar was a watershed moment in Roman history. an act of violence that reverberated through the centuries. The conspirators, believing they had acted to save the Republic, had instead plunged Rome into a period of civil war and instability. The death of Caesar did not bring about the return of the Republic they so desperately desired. Instead, it ushered in an era of autocratic rule, culminating in the rise of Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, who would become the first Roman Emperor Augustus. The ideals of the Republic, already under strain before Caesar's assassination, were dealt a fatal blow on the Ides of March. The legacy of the dagger, wielded in the name of liberty, was one of irony and tragedy. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and click the bell icon for more fascinating historical insights.